is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, Strassenfest is officially in full swing after open ceremonies last night. New exhibits are up at St. Meinrad, and for tonight's Inform, we speak with Tammy Lampert, Director for SWICAC. All this coming up next on 18 WJTS News. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jurnee Davis with news on WJTS. The 40th annual Jasper Strassenfest got underway yesterday after Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz and Strassenfest Chairman Mike Ackerman oversaw the opening ceremonies on the downtown square on the main stage in front of City Hall. Speaking to the crowd was Miss Strassenfest Hannah Rydberg, who shared how exciting it is to be celebrating these time-honored traditions. A traditional maypole dance was performed for the crowd that gathered in the bleachers, along with a traditional folk dance which has become affectionately known as the hand slap dance. After all was said and done, a crew of men and women dressed in lederhosen and traditional dirndls escorted the celebratory keg along with Bavarian treats, pretzels, and bratwurst to the beer garden. Celebrations continued in the beer garden after ceremoniously cutting of the brats, serving the pretzels, and tapping the keg. Toasts were made, songs were sang, and polka music filled the air. Chairman Mike Ackerman took some time to thank all of those who had made this year's Strassenfest a success.
I would like to thank my committee especially for all of the hard work that they put in. My job as chairman was very easy. All I had to do was just try to keep things organized to the best of my ability and be the chief cheerleader. And it is a fun job to have. I'm not done here yet, because the other thing I need to thank, if you haven't been watching Facebook and other things going around, we're teaching new people to polka dance, and Joy, guess what? You're it!
No, I know.
Allowing me to teach you the polka dance, and you are a born dancer. You're going to do great. Have fun at this year's Strassenfest.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Strassenfest is set to continue throughout the weekend. Taking a look at those events set for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, wake up early and don't forget the tongs. The backyard barbecue contest starts at 6 a.m. in the Schrader Sports Complex. Registration begins at 6:30 for the Wet Law 5K Road Run and Fitness Walk, and takeoff is set for 8. The Pline Air Painting event will start at 8 a.m. in the Parklands. The annual RC Fly-In gathers at 8 at the Old Landfill. Golf Scramble begins at 8 a.m. with a shotgun start at Buffalo Trace. Transform and Sports Drills drops on the West Stage at 8:30. Precious Blood will begin their quilt show at 9 a.m. Also at 9 is the Strassenfest Bicycle Ride, Motorcycle Show, Jeep Show, and JC Car Show. The Relay for Life Diaper Derby to see whose baby is the fastest will begin at 9. Make sure to have your throwing arm ready. The WBDC Cornhole Tournament of Champions makes its 7th stop. Registration will begin at 9 and throwing will start at 10. At the West Stage at 9:15, it's a new fitness course called Sport, featuring strength training, drills, and core movement. The Autoloft Road Rally begins at 9:30 behind the Jasper Days Inn. From 10 to 1, translations are available again at the DuBois County Museum and tours of the iconic Cabby O'Neill Gymnasium. Starting at 10, the River Walk will be a wine fair, art show, and Sparrow and Crandall will be playing blues, rock, country, and alternative hits. 10 a.m. also kicks off Holy Family's Quilt Show, Homebrew Competition, and Junior Firefighter Challenge at Fire Station 1. Bring out the furry friends for the pet contest at Parker Park. Awards will be given for Best Strassenfest Attire, Best Trained, and Most Unusual Pet. Wild and Wacky combine at 11 when Brandon Baggett takes the main stage, combining high energy, magic, and comedy into all one. At 11, booths open, you can see a vintage baseball game featuring the Indianapolis Blues at the Schrader Complex, or see the Major Minor Duo performing folk, fiddle, polkas, and more at the City Mill. Das Kinderspiel obstacle course registration will begin at 11:30 with the event starting at noon. Also, the West Stage is taken by Brother Son, an Indiana folk trio. Noon also kicks off the Sheephead Tournament, tours of the St. Joseph Catholic Church, and you can give blood to help save a life with the American Red Cross. The Red Cross is currently facing an emergency shortage of blood, and all blood types are needed, especially type O. Face painting, characters, carnival rides, and rides with the Spirit of Jasper kick off round 1. You can see Wade Baker's jazz experience at the Jasper Riverwalk Gazebo from 1 to 4, and highlights of the Dubois County history at the museum. Jeff Kelly and the Graveyard Shift take the West Stage at 1:30, and Strings Incorporated, which features violinists aged 3 and up, will succeed him at 2:30. Golf Scramble hits again at 2, and then 2:30 Narrow Path will take the main stage, providing a modern rock take on worship music. At 2:30 you can beat the heat and see E.T. in the historic Astor Theater. The Recycled Teenagers will take the West Stage at 3 and perform doo-wop, gospel, and country classics. Holy Family holds a polka mass at 4. The Beer Garden will open its doors at 6 with the return of 2 polka bands. Dance Central Academy performers jump on main stage at 5:30, and St. Joseph's holds their polka mass. Our very own WJTS TV Talent Spiel gets underway at 6 p.m. Saturday night. The Jasper dance teams hold a street party at 6:30 on the West Stage. The Dubois County Cloggers will perform at 7:30 at the main. 8 will see Danny Almar distinctively take the West Stage with her special style, and Tony and the Tan Lines take the main stage at 8:30, delivering the hot Miami sound reminiscent of the late 70s and early 80s. At 10 p.m., all the rowdy Beer Garden patrons can prove that they are the best polka or chicken dancer. Sunday, things kick off with Holy Family starting their quilt show at 8, and the Golf Scramble will continue at Buffalo Trace. Precious Blood will show their quilts at 9. St. Joseph's holds their German Heritage Mass at 9 that morning as well. The 50th Annual Art Guild shows their quilts starting up at noon, and the parade will begin rain or shine in downtown Jasper at 1 p.m. Your chance to get translations done at the Dubois County Museum will run from 1 to 4. The celebration singers are front and center at Holy Family Church at 7, and the festival will close out with a fireworks show that evening at 10, weather permitting. The Strassenfest runs until this Sunday, August 5th. For more details on all festivities, you can visit jasperstrassenfest.org. Superintendent Rick Allen has announced that effective yesterday, Forest Park head coach basketball Jeff Litherland has resigned from his position as head coach over the boys basketball program. Superintendent Allen stated that Litherland resigned in order to spend more time with his family.
We support Jeff. He's been our coach for 10 years. His kids are getting older, and the boys basketball job really does take year-round commitment with camps and feeder systems, and the time commitment with his job. He was always juggling his job to cover the boys basketball. And so as his family grows, he wanted to spend more time with their activities, which I totally get that and support him in that change. He's also kind of reached some of his goals. He wanted to get to the state tournament, which we did last year in Class 2A boys basketball, and maintaining the constant stress of the struggle with work and his family, all their activities that he would like to attend. He just felt like he couldn't give us 110% for the program anymore. So instead of just doing it half-heartedly, he decided to resign.
Forest Park will begin their search for a new coach starting immediately. St. Meinrad Arch Abbey Library Gallery is hosting a new exhibit by 2 new Harmony friends and artists, Kurt Schmidt and Griffin Norman. This show will run from August 16th through September 30th. Kurt Schmidt moved to New Harmony in 2006, converting an old barn into a workshop where he designs and builds furniture. Combining art and craft, each piece is both functional and unique. He explains that building a piece of furniture means discovering just the right balance of materials, purpose, and imagination. Whether inspired by long-established style or wholly original, the work is rooted in the natural qualities of the wood, seeking a blend of the wood's organic traits and functional shape. Schmidt's work can be seen in homes and businesses in New Harmony, Evansville, Chicago, and other places where he has developed friendships with customers who appreciate not only the work itself, but the process behind it. Griffin Norman has lived in New Harmony for over 10 years. He trained as a graphic designer and worked in the industry for decades. A serious photographer since the 1970s, he chose photos for this exhibit, focusing on images he made along a stretch of Indiana 66 running through New Harmony. For years, he has cycled around New Harmony looking for abandoned objects in the road or on its edge. The objects are photographed in natural light just as they are found. Formerly discarded, the object becomes a treasure within the framework of the photograph. This exhibit is free and open to the public. It is recommended that those wishing to view the exhibit should plan to arrive at least 30 minutes prior to closing time. For library hours, you can call 812-357-6401. The Jasper Chamber of Commerce is now accepting nominations for its 2018 President's Community Excellence Award. This award is presented annually by the President of the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. It's awarded to an individual who's contributed generously of their time, talents, or resources to the local Jasper community. This award is open to all walks of life and honors those who give what they can of what they have in order to make a difference. The works and public services of those individuals are often only known to a few. The nominations that are received will help recognize those who give so generously of themselves. All nominations will be judged by a committee drawn from the current Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. The award will be presented by Brian Hostetter, Chamber Board President, at the annual Chamber Luncheon, to be held in mid-October. Deadline for any nominations is September 1st of 2018. The nominee must be an individual, but may be nominated by either an individual or organization. Nomination forms are available at the Jasper Chamber and may be submitted along with the following criteria: a letter of up to 1 page listing your reasons for the nomination, and a biography of the individual listing his or her service to the community. They ask that you be specific regarding the areas of community support and involvement, business excellence, leadership skills, and creativity. Nominations that were submitted in previous years are encouraged to be resubmitted for consideration in this year's selection process. Nomination forms are available at the Jasper Chamber, located at 302 West 6th Street. For more details, you can also call the Jasper Chamber at 812-482-6866. Stay tuned, news, weather, and sports are all still to come on WJTS News.